Right. Let's hope this works then. Because it seems our friends at YouTube have decided to reset my stream settings again, this time very unwelcomely. But what can I do about it? Absolutely nothing. Am I going to use their streaming studio beta? No. Why are you changing things that work, YouTube? Largely work. I mean, streaming typically hasn't worked for me. But anyway. Hello. Hello all. Bonjour. Bonjour. Guess what? Today and the next week and a fair bit is. That's right. Metal. I managed to get it wrong. Amazing. When announcing it. Go back. Silver Week. Love Silver Week, honestly. Will you do the new Cat Claw Dojo? I'm sure it can be had a look at. But now my priority is Lucky Tickets because they're great, and I like Silver Week. Is this sorcery? It can be if you want it to be. Yeah. Indeed. Right. Okay. I was going to say something really profoundly important, but I've forgotten what it was. So, yes. Right. That was it. Change me? No? I guess is my answer to that. I don't... No? Anyway, people ask what the music is. Your answers to your questions, these and other ones generally, the answer to that is often found in the description. Why wasn't I notified? Oh dear, I hope this isn't the start of people not being told. YouTube changed it and it worked, and maybe they changed it doesn't work anymore. I mean, a flipping sake, that wouldn't be great. I don't think Shazam would work on these. These are like YouTube songs, actually. But yeah, these the answer is in the description. Did I finish Into the Future? I don't think I finished any Into the Future zombie outbreaks, actually. If I remember correctly, I don't think there are any that I've done. Them little critters, still there, honestly. Them little snatch types. What are you trying to get from the Lucky Ticket capsules? Apart from loads of them within themselves, I would like NP from the plus levels that I can't get anymore, and loads of items, principally CPUs. I feel like I have more justification doing these stages now that NP has been introduced. Whoa! That would have been a super quick run if that's Metal Hippo wasn't there. But we like Hayabusa. He causes loads of good, positive trouble and succeed. So yeah, this is a distant road, Silver Week, and we are going to continue to do it many, many times over. Why don't you use Noodle? Because this slot is my anti-metal slot, general one. And it works reasonably well, so I thought, actually, you know what, I'm not going to bother to create something different unless there's something radically better and more reliable shown to exist. I'm happy to keep with this standard metal slot and just do my best using it. What's your opinion on what's a sport and what's not a sport? It's an interesting debate, isn't it? And probably an important one, but I always protest to say that it's important to stay out of a debate if you don't have much interest in it or you don't know much about it. Choose your battles wisely and let people who know about these things and are really passionate about them debate them themselves, and that is one of the things that I will relinquish myself from. I don't know enough about the different sides or am interested enough to join the debate. As long as, you know, people who are good at their chosen thing are able to earn a living from doing it, I don't mind. Oh, crikey, that was good. That was really good. Oh, yes. That was a spicy one. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a spicy one. Right. Roughly 6 minutes in. Luckily, because it's a stream, that'll be recorded. That could be a good speedrun one. That was pretty solid. Pretty solid, fast stuff there. High Booster is an absolute beast on this stage. As is Craze Monaco, who wasn't there the last time Silver Week was on, so it's all good fun. What should you use leadership for? I've heard it's more useful as you get more max energy. Yeah, that's true, because it maxes out your energy, you just get more out of that. So that is indeed technically true. But if you're desperate to move on from where you are in your current playing session, no harm in using a leadership. I am actually probably going to use it today to do some more Silver Week. But principally, like with my savings, I like to stock them up for when I might need to use them for recordings or streams. Ooh, we're being pushed back a little bit here. We need some good procs. There we go. Nice procs, boys. Nice procs. I don't think this strat will ever put us in danger of losing either. I mean, I only had one critter in my normal slot and I managed to beat it with that. Regit, do you remember me? I remember someone with Axolotl in the name, so it might have been you. So we'll say yes. Hi. Yeah. So that's the case with that. Because we're gonna rip through Silver Week. I can upgrade my Bahamut, can I? In block capitals as well. That must give it extra power. Fair enough. Oh, talking about politics. Well, that's good. Talking about politics is good. The thing is that hesitates as he forgets actually what the conversation was about. Hang on. Oh yeah, that, right. Part of me forgot that, and part of me now says in my response, I will only upgrade the Bahamut if there is something I am mortally stuck on that requires Bahamut to be higher level 4. I don't need to make things unduly easier for myself. There needs to be some entertainment value of trying my best to complete things and struggling somewhat. And also, having levels to spare means you're not so demoralised when you lose. Because you think, I can make this easier for myself. But with Misato level 50 plus 2, she's got nowhere else to go. And that felt a little bit saddening. The sweet memories of speedruns. Coffee, hello! Get yourself onto some speedrunning, but not before I've set the initial record. I've looked in the Great Speedrun playlist, and I don't know whether this is because I didn't look at it in the right place or because we never got round to doing a distant road speedruns, but I only see none of them in there, and only one on the Silent Gnome channel. So I need to get on that. Have you heard of an automatonne? No. No, I find myself struggling to pronounce it, so probably not. Shout-outs don't do anything, mostly. That's absolutely true. I got a couple of shout-outs from Matt Shea himself and gained almost absolutely nothing from it. Yet when I happened to upload a video at roughly the same time as his Battle Cats one by chance, the not Nobunaga, Nobilan Pasalan one, that video did incredibly well. So actually, yeah, shout-outs don't do you very well. This helps some people to kickstart their YouTubing, sure, but actually, I mean, I know myself that when I get someone recommended, I very rarely check them out, as the vocab goes, which perhaps I should. But I guess most people just find themselves not doing it. Things need to be made very easy for them, and clicking a link in the description is often too difficult. I find, actually, for a lot of people, looking in the description for an answer to a question can be a bit difficult. I apologise if that sounded really pointed and passive-aggressive, but I have had it a lot, people not looking in descriptions. I say it now for you to apply this to your future experiences. The answer to your question is very often found in the description. Look there first. It's a good practice. Now I was wondering about this level and I thought, do all these come out on timer, or is there a very strict enemy limit that when one thing dies another thing comes out? Because I feel like it's the latter, but I can't be absolutely sure. Meanwhile on the speaker. Did we do a speedrun, Coffee? Alright. I don't believe I have record of it. I'll have to start constructing the speedrun for this one. Let's say we'll start anew if you were winning, because that gives me a chance of coming back. Please use speed up. These levels go by pretty quickly. I don't think we need to use speed up for this, would be my personal view. Each level goes by in less than a minute, so I think, you know, we're fine now, unless you want like an incredibly short stream. Ah! Nub Tub with a B-movie profile picture. I approve. You know what I also approve of? Your $0.99 donation. Hang on, pause that. That would be sensible. Thank you very much for your 99 cents. I appreciate that. Not even a message to go with it, just the generosity. Tar. Right. Good. Let's go. Let's go! Now this next song is called RRR. And I found it on a channel called Artsy Music, which is very artsy. It has quite a lot of good sort of funky songs on it. I was pleasantly surprised going through some of the songs on there. The ones before were from Sim Gretino, who you may have heard me talking about before. Purveyor of electro swing and many good pieces of music. And like cinematic universes. Sim's great. Let's use a leadership then. I used my ad for energy earlier today. I saved up my energy and I went for it with Silver Week. I am trying not to waste anything. Is Craze Monaco worth anything? Metal enemies that don't knock her back before she attacks seem to be killed pretty easily. Well, she's certainly worth something here. She's incredibly cheap. She contributes to a critical chance up combo, helpfully demonstrated right before your eyes here. So I'd wager yes. Far more useful for critical hitting than Monaco and Neneko. Seaside Neneko, whatever it's called, has a guaranteed crit hit, but the others don't. And Craze Monaco does. She is basically a cheap version of Waitress Cat. Less damage, admittedly, but I think very useful in the right circumstance. Why do you have Flying Ninja Cat? Enter the Ninja Cat combo. Completely correct, yes. I think it's there not necessarily because of the combo benefit, but because Hayabusa is in there for metal benefit, and it's especially great here and especially great for metals generally. So I thought, well, I have one space left, make that flying ninja, and we get a combo out of it. Things move a little bit quicker. We get things done a little bit sooner. Combo increases the crit chance. Yeah, it is only by a tiny amount, but you know what? Feels good, man. Feels good. Oh, we need to be careful here. What's going on? That. I was going to say plumage, but that's like hair. That's not destroying things. Very strange. Flying Ninja for the combo with Hayabusa. Well, I say the combo as if it's incredibly important. A combo. Because the only other thing that would like fit in to make a combo one space is a one space combo, and that would only be for like work a cat up, which we could do theoretically. Don't know which would be more useful. Reggie, how's your day been? It's been all right. I've had a sort of off day after doing the video yesterday, and I've read quite a bit of my book and eaten some food, which is basically just a collection of things I like doing. Soon I might complain, which I also like doing, so it's all good fun. How'd you pay student loans, bruh? A student loan. That if I earn a small amount enough of money, which I'd certainly earn far, far less than with YouTube, and hopefully I can survive with it, I won't have to pay back. If it was, again, sorry, I'm going to criticise the American system, just a forewarning. If it was like the American system where I believe you have to pay up front, I would not nearly go anywhere near university or college, as I believe the equivalent is known. Although America still has universities, doesn't it? I've never understood that. Because it's like Harvard University, isn't it? So I don't know where the difference lies in that. But anyway, how do you pay student loans? So the answer to that is in full expectation that I won't have to. Ah, it's Lucas. Reggie doesn't pay his student loans, I do. Are you a taxpayer, Huskers? I apologise for foistering my debt upon you. But you know what? I prefer that to a completely free system of student loans, because then at least the people who earn loads of money start paying them back, instead of the taxpayer paying for literally everybody. So the people who get rich out of their university or life generally are paying towards some of that. That's my point of view on it. I hated the idea of student loans until Martin Lewis from Money Saving Expert actually explained how they worked, and I was like, I don't have to pay anything, that's good. All the stuff about lifetime of debt is really quite untrue. I'm pretty sure it depends on the amount of students. Okay, well thank you for, as the kids say, the heads up. Interesting. I meant as in I pay yours for you. Yeah, no, exactly, Uskers. That's why I said, are you a taxpayer? Because, yeah, if I wouldn't be paying it, you would be paying it. But I was saying, in defence, for if someone said they should all be free, that would just be of more cost to the taxpayer, instead of being of cost to people who earn plenty. I'd personally be for increasing the amount you have to earn before you have to start paying it back, but then crank it up when you get to earning huge amounts. Progressive taxation, that's known as. I like this one. This is Drive by Sim Gretiner. I've been liking doing this so far. I might use the streams to bring about some more of my playlists, so then people can sample them, see if they like them, and then click on them and find them if they do like them. And then they will benefit not just me, but some others also with similar tastes. It is pretty snazzy, isn't it? It's good. I was going to say Sim has a good grasp on retro. He does. But he seems to have a good grasp on lots of different music. I'm really lucky that Monaco arriving at the base does damage. I don't understand quite how it does, but it does. But if it didn't, she'd be just sat there for ages, and I'd have to send something in that would take a lot longer overall. So good on you, Craze Monaco, shaving precious seconds off the strat. Do 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 do. So I originally thought, oh, was it some sort of proximity thing with the bass? How does that work? Well, no, it does have that with the wave bases, doesn't it? But no, it does do a little bit of damage when it arrives, which I didn't realise, so that it is a multi-hit. But it is in fact true. Oh, looks like we've gone as far as we can. We're losing viewership now, that's sad. Why don't you like Metal Week? Silver Week, Reg, come on! Craze Monaco has 2-hit multi-hit. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I thought it was all like preparation for an attack like Waitress. Well then in that case, 3-hit. Okay. 2-hit on the start and then last as a crit hit. See, that's great. That is an element in which she's better than Waitress then. So in extended answer to the old question, yes. I think there's a lot of use for Craze Monaco. Come on. Yeah. Water Blast. Water Blast. Water Blast. Gone. Will you only play Silver Week in the stream? Dang right, dang right. As we lose another viewer. It's Silver Week party, wahey. I mean, come on now. Well, she's really useful here then, Lucas. Very useful in this particular example, but I found a lot of use for her. Cheap, goes in with a combo quite inconspicuously, is the best of those three in the combo currently. I'm happy with her. She does, indeed, she doesn't have the range necessary for some things, but she good, she good. She a good boy. B-O-I, obviously, because she, but anyway. I can't beat Silver Week at the moment, sadly. Barely beat Chapter 3 Empire of Cats. My guide eyes are with you now. Can I recommend the Battle Cats Beginner's Guide? A playlist on this channel that has some Battle Cats Beginner's Guides. If you start yourself at Series 4, that begins after Empire Cats Chapter 3. And hopefully they'll give you some good tips. Yes! Plug! Yes! Plugged it! Oh yeah! No, I wasn't suggesting she's overall better than Waitress, Lucas, but I was just trying to justify her in the sense of an earlier question, which was basically, does she have any use? And I'm thinking, definitely. I'm currently watching them. Oh, fantastic. I would say even better, but technically that would mean it was a plug that achieved nothing. But maybe it achieved casually telling other people about it. Many thanks that you're watching it. I hope you're finding it useful. Ooh. Oh, Lucas, you'll be able to answer the question. I was wondering, does this stage have like a strict enemy limit on it? Because as soon as I kill things, other things come out like immediately. It seems to me that it's an enemy limit thing, but I can't work out for sure. Could just be a huge coincidence. I had also a strange dream. I was late for school and forgot to do my homework. I guess it seems like it. It does, doesn't it? Well, I'm glad you agree with me in that sense. Not like, what are you on, Roog? Roog Spook. Yeah. I had those kind of dreams my whole way through college, in fact. Oh, the VPN's already on, that's okay. I'm just going to do an NG recovery ad, but not give the ad-free press. But yeah, no, I had those dreams all the way through college, probably because I would arrive, as soon to the start of the lesson as possible, because I don't do well in social situations, and, pre-lesson chat, although actually almost everyone in college was a nice person, doesn't do me well, and I still get very socially anxious, so I would arrive as close as possible to the lesson, but that meant, it was always very close to the wire, so I'd constantly have dreams where I was massively late to everything, all the time. Right. Okay, let's go. No need to wait for energy if you've finally caught a Reddit stream, because we're going for it. Although we may wait for energy just after this so we can hit 200. No, we don't need to, because the leadership adds to it. Okay, even better. No waiting for energy. It is quite horrible to dream that, yeah. It felt so real every time, even though I feel like maybe I should have caught on to it with it happening so often. But no. Because being late was always a very real prospect. Wabam! I've watched all your streams for about 2 weeks. Well, I hope you've been enjoying them. And thank you for popping along to them. What's your favourite Lucky Ticket stage? Mine's 2NH3 because it has no metals. I quite like this one. What was in 2NH3? Oh yeah, we can just leadership and carry on. I was just saying that. Ooh, 958 can that. What was in 2NH3? I think I quite like 2NH3. I think I like all of them except for Slimy Stallions, which is the one that you cannot do very quickly, and so it really drags on. Otherwise, yeah, pretty happy with all of them. Imagine if you forgot tickets like that time. Yeah, that was Slimy Stallions, that one. The first time Slimy Stallions was on, I think. Yeah, I've been known to do that. I will try my very best to spend them, because yes, I'm hopefully going to be accumulating a lot, and I don't want to be saying goodbye to like a couple hundred lucky tickets. You lads need to proc about now. Oh, Water Blast, working an absolute wonder. What do you recommend? Using 750 draw on Best of the Best Round 2 or Uber/Epic Fest? I don't know. Oh yes, I do know. Sorry, Best of the Best. If it's guaranteed. Because Uber and Epic Fest are never guaranteed, so you should use your Rare Cat tickets on Epic and Uber Fest. But I don't know if Best of the Best gets guaranteed or not. If it does, definitely use your cat food then. Because doing an 11 roll on Epic or Uber Fest leaves you open to the chance of getting no Uber at all, which is quite disheartening. Stranger Things C418 remix fits your music playlist. Yes! So, yeah, good idea for Funk and Retro. I like it, I like it, I like it. Good. Good thinking, yeah. Because I remember that one, I was using that one in Grown Stranger. It is a bop. A copyright-free bop as well, which is the best kind of bop. Yo, Regit, what about your Discord server? I don't know, what about my Discord server? I hope you don't mind me saying that that doesn't feel like much of an answerable question. That's like if I was collecting things on my way out the door. I was like, keys, wallet, ID. What about your Discord server? Oh, of course, my Discord server. Puts that in my pocket, goes out the door. I love this song in particular. This is Interference by Sim Gretiner. A real wob 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 in a non-dubsteppy way. You're aware of what happened on your Discord at least, right? Oh yeah, very much so. I had it open at the time. Doing thumbnail stuff. Oh dear. Evil. Get rid of that. Spooky energy. I should really focus on homework. See ya. That is very upstanding of you. Good luck on your homework. Don't tell DJ, but I really like dubstep. Gotta hope DJ is A, not lurking, and B, doesn't watch archives, at least in full. And then he'll flick to this exact moment, just by accident. People like... Ugh! What's this one? Ah, Love Beam, right. Long song, this one. Very long. Do you have a random playlist or is it song requests? Your answer to that question, or my answer to your question, and my answer to probably many people's questions, can often be found in the description. Have a peek. I should probably suggest that I'm not being deliberately obtuse about the Discord server, but as happy as I am to talk about it if you want to talk to me about something specifically, I'm also happy to not talk about it. Can you link all your music playlists and community posts to stream or something? I don't feel like it's important enough for a community post. I try and be as sparing as I can with those so that when one appears people know it's important and that I'd like them to read it. But I will gradually introduce them through streams, and I can aggregate a list of my music playlists. Yeah, I can do that. What was the first doobie you got? Oda Nobunaga, the main man. Does he have talents? Wow, wow. Is Angry Delinquent Cat worth evolving in its true form? Ah, can't answer that, I'm afraid. Oh no, I've misdone the Hayabusa. Ah, it's Phil. Hello, Phil. I don't actually know what that would mean. Not as in the words themselves, but in practical terms what that would mean. Because, I mean, some people ideas of things being set properly are very different to others. I think that's what's caused the issue in the first place. But, yeah. Oh, I see. Right, okay. Well, yeah. Things will have to settle down eventually. But, I mean, for now, I'm sort of enjoying Silver Week. Perhaps when I'm miserable, I'll have a look at it so I can't be made more miserable. I like to stock up my miserable things. Because then, you know, your mood can't be ruined if it's already not great. Even getting collab was great, wasn't it? Good fun. Good fun. Ooh, we're coming up to 300 total clears. Not just this time round, I should point that out. Quick question, why was Euphoria admin? Because they were very recently quite nice to me and wanted to help, so I said, why not? That's exactly why. I'm sure you can understand, I like it when people are nice to me. Oh no, I didn't mean it as a jab at you, Lucas, sorry. I meant about checking the server itself. I'm happy if you want to talk about it. But someone made an image with me on a guillotine, which is of course hilarious. And that makes me wonder, what do I appear like reading the Hunger Games at the moment, as I like to discuss with people as well. Anyway, just a parallel thought. I hope Phil means that, ironically, but I'm sure he doesn't. I thought Phil would ask, after what happened, why am I still a spanner here? But no, I'll ask the question and answer it myself. Because someone's actions elsewhere have no bearing on here. But I guess by not asking it just means it's sort of expected that it would remain the same. But that's why it's remaining the same. Now, I know you didn't mean it bad for me, but also I know you also wish to enjoy the game without thinking negative stuff. Anyway, I hope you read all of our leaving messages. That sounds quite barbed, Phil. I'd be careful if I were you here, because you might lose your spanner. Probably not, no. But I'll be back at some point. Oh, people always do. I'm not going to degrade their reasons to people like shouting at me, but that is also true that people do. They have reasons, just as anyone who shouts has reasons. Did you like Meow Meow Day stage? Did you see the video on it? I don't know. I would have said that with a more sure tone if I felt like I'd expressed an opinion on it, but I'm not sure if I really did. Well, there wasn't much to it, so it's all right. This song I like, right? Future funk remix of a Taylor Swift song, which might get the stream blocked, so sorry about that. This one's by The Musical Ghost. And I particularly quite like it. Not the original song so much, but the future funk remix of it I really like. Ah, there'll be a video for you then. Hope you enjoy it. Oh, run out of energy again. Crikey. Right. 300 clears though, there you go. Hey. Gonna be rip-roaring through these boys though. Honestly. These leaderships. Is Momotaro good? Yeah, in certain places, I think. I think so. Oh. Do 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 do. Yeah, copywriters join the chat. Yeah, I know. You people might be the only people to see this stream. Blocked in all countries. Ah! Not, you know, Taylor says, can I have the ad revenue? Yeah, sure, Taylor. I wasn't going to monetize it anyway. No. Mariah Carey decided she wasn't having any of a video I once made. But you wouldn't know, because it was blocked. Sorry, gotta go. Have a great evening. You too, thank you. Why are you on your ult? Oh, I'm not. I don't think so. Anyway. Is it good that I have no true form normal cap, but have beaten into future chapter 2? I don't know in what sense you mean good. I guess it shows that you've achieved something without something that would have made it easier, thus inferring that you have some level of skill, but you might have Ubers that might have plugged the gap. I don't think I can describe it as good. That entirely depends on your circumstances and the way you view it. I think there's no objective goodness in that. Sorry. I keep logging in though. Try and get those true forms. Yeah, true. If the stream gets blocked, DJ won't find out your musical tastes. Huskers breathes a sigh of relief. Come on, Taylor, block it in all countries. Anyway, that was a good fun one. I do like that. Future Funk remix. It amazes me that Future Funk is actually, in this case, entirely made up of samples from old funk. This next song here is from a Cosmo, a very, very underviewed YouTube musician. They get about 50 to 100 views for each of their pieces of music, and they're good, proper pieces of music. So apart from their music being very listenable to, I felt sorry for them, so tagged along and subscribed. I guess this stream is like the music was a DVD and you've chosen the play with commentary option. That's just come to my mind. I don't know if that's a useful observation for anyone. You should listen to What's a Future Funk. Thank you for the recommendation, Huskers. You might need to... No, actually, I was going to send that to Discord, but I don't think I'll be opening it for the next few months. Right, I will try and remember that. Thank you. I don't know if I like Future Funk. I mean, there's only... I think I probably would. But I don't think I've listened to a large enough base of it. Ooh, Sloth fights back. First time I think I've seen it do something slightly noticeable. Ooh, where did that crit come from? Smur wasn't even barely on the scene and he got decimated. I must feel sorry for him. Have you ever played or seen Geometry Dash? Oh yeah, I used to play it a fair bit, long time ago. That's where I found the fat rat. Back when that was a craze in school. Much like Battle Cats once was. Very short time. Upbeat, has Japanese in it. Sounds great. I do now have quite a is penchant the right word? Probably not. Let's just say liking. I do have quite a liking now for songs with little bits of Japanese in them. I think I'm slowly going weeb. Mate would be unimpressed, but I like to think it makes me more cultured. Do you ever play Yu-Gi-Oh? No, I had a close friend who did. I think I held their cards for them once. We tried Deadly Carnivals, or did you already do it? I thought I hadn't done all of them, but I looked. Turns out I have. I have done every single 3. How do I get the cat combos you're using? Well, the ones that correspond to the name are flashing up as it goes. And the units are from left to right: Monaco, Crazed Monaco, Neneko, Flying Ninja Cat, and Hayabusa. Don't believe the people who say the opposite. I think Mate is saying it slightly out of irony. I don't think Mate would wish anything bad on any weeb, to be honest. We like Mate. You were making fun of Doki Doki's Reggae Anime Boy. Well, yeah. I didn't feel much of an association. I still don't. But I guess I'm slowly becoming a bit more like him. Regit, do you like Evangelion? Yuri said. Yes, Yuri, I like Evangelion. Oh, good. Would you like a cup of LCL? Yes, please. It was Doki Doki's anniversary. Crikey, was it? That could have been a great time to make a video on. Whoops. When was that? Was that too long ago to reasonably tag on to it? I really do hope you listen to our leaving statements. We all hope you're gonna... Right, okay. As long as you've not been so rude. I mean, if I can get a... Bear in mind that in reading these things, I would like to not be left completely distraught and miserable. Otherwise, I'm happy to read what people have said. But not if they're just basically a series of getting dumped on several times for one's decisions. I was thinking, 23rd. What, the 23rd is today? Alright, well, fair enough. Okay, maybe one day then. If you like songs and bits of Japanese, you'd like an artist called Kero Kero Benito. Yes, I do. And yes, I have. Indeed. I was going to say yes, I will, but I don't like their new music much. But yes, I do. I've listened to a lot of KKB. I do like KKB. Very much so. But very copyright, so can't really play it. Oh yeah, fair enough, Lucas. But it's around this sort of time, right? Is what you mean? Yeah. Love KKB. Great fun artist. Hey there, it's KKB. Asuno no Iko yo, come with me. London to Tokyo, we're going to the beach. Ha! And I'm gonna bring my shorts and shades, 'cause I know the sun is there to stay. Ba-da-bum! So we can all go take a break on our forever holiday. Yeah, great fun. Reggie, you just skipping Phil's messages? No, I've read them. I've responded to them, I believe. I asked, are the messages rude? Phil said no. I said, okay, good. I might read them soon enough. Feel like that's responding to them. Crikey, we've... Proc! 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 Please! For the love of Proc! Flippin' Proc! Thank you, right. Dear oh dear, I don't know what's going on there. Okay, well, I have read your messages, Phil. Thank you, and have a nice time wherever you go into. As always, as with everyone. Oh, tantalisation This is a Skeletor song by Sim Gretiner. Very strange subject matter, but enjoyable to listen to. It was nicely put by Phil, it is true. We thank Phil for his politely put words. Reggie, why do you never use Seafarer Cat? Do I never use Seafarer Cat? Okay, yes, I can't name a time when I used Seafarer Cat recently. It was in floor 39 for a bit, I think. I don't think I consciously avoid it. I think I've been using it more recently, so I discover its virtues. Probably in no small part due to Lucas. But yeah, no, I don't deliberately avoid it. Just use it sometimes. Skeletor from He-Man? I think so. I don't actually know anything about Skeletor, other than like a Money Supermarket advert. And this. It's a... Hang on, I'll describe him. So, he's like a skeleton man, a sort of beige tinted skin, well not skin, skull. And then there's like, he's wearing blue and a bit of maroon in a sort of suit thing. And he looks a little bit jovial. Is there a way to defeat Craze Monaco on low level account? Oh, crikey. I don't know. I haven't investigated it, and I don't know the requirements for doing the stage. I don't know if there's something you might need to have done first. I don't know anything about that, to be honest. Because it's more of a recent kind of stage. The other stages, you know, when they were a lot older, I could roughly guess when the main account did them. But less so with this. Skeletor's a guy everyone bases their Papyrus voice from. Oh, intriguing. Oh, because, of course, Undertale doesn't have voice acting, does it? Oh, spaghetti. Or something. Don't get excited if you were going to that I like know something about Undertale. It was just that I saw him drawn with spaghetti once. Do you use Apple Cat Racket? Now and then. I do get a bit conscious of its very short range, often. And, of course, it's awful AI. Yeah, anything I know about Undertale is... Oh, good. That's pretty bang on. Good. Yeah, anything I know about Undertale is taken from either, like, music remixes I've heard and the comment sections of those music remixes. So, like, I don't understand the context of, but I could repeat, your like button is blue now. Don't know what that reference is. Probably some battle, right? But I don't know. I was thinking, I can, first, second form, dreadful, because it doesn't have 100% proc rate, and so what you get is mostly useless, especially for the price and recharge time. That is true. You do need to true form it to get any use from it. I was thinking, I had an idea. After this run of Silver Weeks, because we have been doing it a lot, rather than spending another leadership, how about, in honour of Phil's polite words, because let's credit people where it's due when they're being, polite, it's all good, go and read these goodbye messages. Rather than me doing it solitarily, I can then complain to you if you want to listen, or if you don't, you can mute me when I read something I don't like, and I can express my thoughts as I read it. What do you think? Do you want that? Then we can do what Phil requested. Do you have any idea why I wasn't able to update Battlecats on my phone? Transferred to another device and it worked. They are phasing out some versions on iOS's and that sort of thing that they can't update from anymore. That's the only thing I can think of it being. I wonder if that's a good idea. I mean, if you're wondering that now, Lucas, I mean, that would dissuade me from reading them like ever. So I guess now would be the best time, would be my answer to that. I'll get a cup of tea. That will surely make it better. Certainly not alcohol. That might send me into a... Gonna reference my book again. Haymitch Rage. Yeah? I love referencing my book. It's not even my book. It's a book I'm reading. Come on now. Don't claim ownership of it. No one cares about your Hunger Games references, Regit. Everyone read that like 10 years ago. It's not 10, is it? Might have been. Get with the times. Read Brexit. What's your favourite book? Oh, I actually have a favourite book. I do. So it is a book. It's a it is a book, right? Right. Yes. I don't think anyone here is mistaking you for Suzanne Collins. Well, you know what? I can be whoever I want. I can be a famous author. I've written Never Let Me Go fan fiction. I feel like I can write a decent poem. Not sure about stories though. Points at book. This is a book. Yeah. Yeah, this book is made out of book. Oh, someone replied that when I made a meme of Apple putting on their website iPad, our most popular iPad. I'm like, oh, thanks, lads. Yeah, anyway. Right, so yes, my favourite book is a book by Anthony Horowitz, and it's one of his books in the Diamond Brothers series, and it's called Public Enemy No. 2. Read that when I was in primary school and absolutely loved that book. The amount of genuine sort of emotion, suspense and danger in it is wonderful, and it's also really funny. I think the Diamond Brothers books were based off of like real things. So there's like the French Confection rather than the French Connection. I Know What You Did Last Wednesday. I Know What You Did Last Summer. And like based on crime stuff that actually exists, and they're really good, really good. Like a sort of really financially struggling crime fighting duo. It's all coming back now. They were good fun. Surprised nobody's like finding association with them or remember them. I'm genuinely surprised. Well, that'll be something new for you. Give them a go. Poetry and philosophy make a weird bond. Oh, they're all artsy, aren't they? What my parents would call not real subjects. Get a real job. All that sort of thing. Yeah. You wrote poems in Doki Doki, so that's enough certification for you. Oh, not those. I have written... I did write a poem about how poems should rhyme. It's called Rhyme, as it happens. And I thought the poem was actually quite good. Not to blow my own horn, but I do think it's quite good. The last verse goes... And if a sentence with an enter key as poetry is seen, it becomes a problem and plays a vital part in the kind of lazy sentiment that calls a teabag art. I like that. If that gets no reaction, that make me sad. Because, I don't know, I thought it was alright. Anyway, that was my appeal to poems needing to rhyme. Otherwise, the whole concept of a poem dissolves into meaning absolutely nothing. Oh, appreciate that. Genius, ooh, epic. Love it, love it. Happy reaction. It's on Wattpad. Follow! No, I don't, okay. Yeah, I do like making things rhyme. I like a poem. I wrote loads of rude poems in my secondary school about how much I hated some of the people there because they're very nasty to me. I got in a lot of trouble. David and Mate could be testament to that. Anyway. Not rude in a kind of, you know, gone sexual way. Literally just rude as in really hateful because they were hateful themselves. And it was a release rather than violence. It's probably better to write. But equally got me in trouble. Anyway, glad you like that. Right. Yes, no, maybe, perhaps. Something like that. Somewhere in between all of those. Yeah, no, oh, I remember. Yeah, someone said, wasn't your favourite book that thing you mentioned in Doki Doki? Love that. I should have just given my meme answer, honestly, because no one remembered the Diamond Brothers books. Here I was pouring my heart out with the truth, and I could have just said, Laura Mulvey's Visual Pleasure and Narrative Cinema. No, that is a very heavy read. A good meme, but not a good read. Can you still get the hurricane? What do you mean by that? Well, like Hurricane, true form or something? I do have it. This is just my anti-metal slot as it stands at the moment. I mean, maybe I could put Cat Typhoon in there. Sacrifice the combo for it, maybe. I don't know. It's an interesting thought. Yeah, this song's called Ew. Ew. Ew, 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 ew. This one's by Sim Gretiner as well. Okay, advice on Pizza Cat noted. Thank you. Yeah, you heard do. It might have been a lot simpler. Hi, DJ. It's ew. 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 Right, yeah. Ew. 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 Will this stream end when you get bored or when you run out of leaderships? Right, well, thank you for sort of asking that question because it leads on to my plan for the very near future, i.e. now going forward. We have some energy to wait for. 16 minutes by my count, but my maths is dodgy, so it might not be. 32 divided by 2, 16. It is. So, in that time, I thought, how about... by the way, what I mean by wait is wait for 100 energy to do it once more. At this point, do you only just notice me just now? I probably only noticed you in a sort of official way. I probably noticed you before, but just didn't realise you were there. Spooky, eh? Sorry, DJ. Just gone like a goose. In that time, how about we fill out Phil's request and read the admin chat? Because after what I've heard, I'm not going to read it privately, so we might as well do it here. I said, though... Oh, okay. Bye, DJ. What I'll do is I will pause it and read. Read? No, I'm getting my sentences mixed up. Mario Kart Tour, I know. Actually, I feel like I probably should get that. It does a Mario Kart game on the mobile. Yeah, why not? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to make a cup of tea to pacify myself somewhat, and then I will be back. I'll be here to wait for your reaction and for the funk. Oh, well, for my reaction, I'll be talking about it as I read it. I'll read them out loud, as I did in those couple of videos with the old big comments. Oh, Reggae's awful. You know, well, just the general stuff. You know, just don't need to say is awful. Just say Reggae. Right. On that note, I will see you in a little bit after I've made my tea. Right. So what I'll do is that and that, so people know I'm getting a tea. Brilliant. Flip. Alright, hello again. Ew. Didn't take long for Phil to be back. Hi, Phil. Great to have you back. Right. Hope you appreciate our gesture. What should we put on the screen then in this, I know. Actually, no, I best not. Because I don't know what might happen. Okay. There we go. Right, that's just back on there while the NG cranks up. Also, it's really good music, actually. Yeah, no, isn't it? Ew. It's called Ew by Simgress, and it's good. It's good fun. Link in the description. Right. Okay. Right. I can tell by the fact you've all rocked up, this is going to be an awful experience. But you know what? Funky. We'll use the word funk in place of anything else. Right, okay, good. Weren't going to do this any other time, so let's just do it now. I will speak frankly and won't get into any chat debates on it. I will just say what I think as I read this. Fair enough. You're always welcome. Crikey, that's a lot of DMs. Right. So where am I looking for this then? Staff chat or something? Right. I love this song. Just random bits of Japanese in it. So I'm a sucker for that now. Right, okay. Getting Evangelion vibes. Interesting from DJ. Right. I am procrastinating. I'm going to need to sort that out. I'm really going to need to sort that out. Crikey. Right, well, we'll do that in a bit. Okay, staff chat. Bloody hell, if you'll permit me saying, because that's a little bit woe-reggae cussed. How far up are we going? Phil? 551? That sound about right? Is that the first one? Okay. Let's go for it then. My mood is about to severely drop, I should think. Right, okay. We'll do a distant road in between, I guess. Can't you see? Well, it's been a year, or something, since I've been modded here. In this time, the server's had its ups and downs. Correctly unapostrophed, thank you, Phil. Yet I put up with it. Thank you, Phil. I think you've known for quite a while I've had the mindset this server is going downhill. Interesting, two separate words. I don't really like how the server is admined. I still do, to a much greater... It's going into I still do to a much greater... Oh, you feel it's going downhill more. Right, okay. We've all had enough of how the server has gone. We always have. Right. Inferring that when you joined, you'd already had enough, which seems like foolish judgment. DJ resigned, Coffee resigned, even recently we've had Avi temporarily resign. No, not Avi, my apologies, Avaki. And Bart resign. Guess those last two are for different reasons, but you get what point I'm getting at. I hope, at least. No, don't worry, Phil, I do. It's grammar check if I'd like it to be. Now, chalk it up to what you told me in DMs, or me losing blog roll, whatever you want. But let me tell you explicitly, my leave has nothing to do with those. No, I just thought you'd left. For quite a long time I've wanted to leave. Fair enough. Be rid of this dreaded admin system that I assume you helped shape. I did leave you to change it. I bared through it all though. I'm sure that's spelled correctly actually, I just had a bit of a brain fart. But recently, I and many others had enough of just living with it. We want some change and some respect. So take this as my resignation. I'm not employing you, but thanks. For one, but also take this as an opportunity to improve. Thanks, Phil. You can change, and I, and others most likely, will take such change with an open heart and most likely join back to admin once more. You're welcome to leave or come back as you like, Phil. If you don't need me, I don't need you either. Not in a rude way, although that sounds very rude. The year or so has been a rough one. I do hope to see a much brighter next year. If not, well, I won't be worrying about how next year will pan out all that much. Thank you, Phil. Ooh, what's this song? Oh, we're just getting into random artsy ones now. Their little drawing bit looks like something out of Evangelion, but doesn't look like it is from the comments. Anyway, right. Okay, Avaki this time. No more chances. I'm going to be bluntly real about myself here. I thought I actually enjoyed my time as a staff member in your server at first. I enjoyed your time, Avaki. You were good. Mostly because I was excited to get what used to be helper, the role of mini-admin. It took me a bit of time to see the real you. Oh, here we go. You practically abuse your own status and power just to get your own way around the server. Incredible. And I relinquish some of that power to set up an adminning system. That's when those claims get worse. Which does far from pleasing both staff and the members. Most of your action have done worse than good, not to mention your silly philosophy. Right, okay. I once enjoyed my time in the server, but I no longer do. Fair enough. At least I managed to make some new friends along the way, and if you were better, you'd be one of them. That is a real shame. I like Tavaki. And, you know, I'm not going to let one message change that. It's just a shame, I think. I don't know what I can actually say in response to that other than mostly disagree with it. But I mean to everyone who left, I'm perfectly fine you did. And glad you chose to, rather than just ignoring me in what I decided to do, which was stand up for people who had have people very rude to them in the server. So I mean, good for all of you. It is a bit of a shame reading that, but what can you do? I mean, I've had that sort of thing before. The real Reggit, the awful guy, terrible person. I think we're going to be having that for a fair bit yet. Right. IFIS. Helper, yes. I know I haven't been a staff member for the longest time, but I need to be honest here, it sucks. I've been waiting. This is like... No, any analogies would be very graphic and rude. But it is like, yeah, like that. Like you're standing in a line of... Yeah, no, I know what it's like. This is like... And I hope this doesn't spoil anything for anyone, but I feel like Jon Snow when he does what he thinks is best and then comes back to the Night's Watch and finds very much that they disagree with what he thought was best, and you have a line of people letting him know that. That is what it very much feels like. I've been waiting for about 9 months to become a staff member, and in less than a day I can already see how bad it is to be a part of it. You treat your staff poorly of everything they do, since you're barely online at all, and when you are, you tend to say one small thing and then leave. That's true. I disagree with the poorly thing, but I do tend to say one, well, not necessarily small, but one thing and then leave. That is true. Often when it comes to ideas, it's most of the time shut down because you don't like it. Yeah, that is generally sort of why you don't do something, because you don't like it. Even though active members wanted it. Neither have I seen a leader... Oh, never. No, that was spelled correctly. My apologies. Never have I seen a leader being this horrible at their job. You can always improve the server from this, but if you want, open your mind, that won't happen in a very long time. Okay, see you later. Or not. Supri. You know, I first applied to the trials excited, but with what you've pulled recently, I've given up hope for you. Thank you, Supri. I was rather attached to the hope that you carry on hoping for me. He sips tea passive-aggressively. You don't put the staff in mind, and you can't expect us to be perfect for you. You're basically making things harder for everyone for no reason. You have no right to treat us the way you do. I mean, well, I own the server, so... You know, and I tried not to treat you badly, but you treated Jibby quite badly and made him very upset, so you might want to think about that. Your ego gets in the way of everything we try and do in the server, and we don't have a voice. We are here to tell you that is not acceptable. What you have been doing is not acceptable. Okay, got it, thank you for the repetition there, English language technique. Your demotion of Falcon absolutely sealed the deal. Well, I'm glad to know that me demoting someone for ignoring the ruling on someone who'd upset someone in the server is unacceptable. I'm not putting up with it any longer, so I'm leaving. If you improve your ways of thinking and taking action, I'll happily come back. This seems to be a misconception that this is something that I would be absolutely devastated that I've done something so wrong and desperately want everyone back. I am fine if you want to leave. That is okay. I don't mind. Freedom of choice, autonomy. It's a Discord server. You can leave if you want to. It's perfectly fine. But if not, just know that when you appoint new staff, you shouldn't make the same mistakes with them as you did with us. No, I don't think I will. I will actually talk about how I think maybe we should do things a little bit differently. Right, Rookie. Okay, I just want to know, as a member, the server was fun. But when I became mini-admin, which is now helper, it wasn't bad till I saw the real you. Second time with that one. You've been doing things your own way, unlikely, as I haven't been doing much at all in some other messages, and I'm annoyed because of that, because unlike other servers, the owners give us a chance to actually do something for the members. Every time we come up with a good idea, you just forget it and type how you disagree. I don't understand that, because if I forget it, I wouldn't be typing how I disagree, because I would have forgotten about it. You barely agree with us. I just don't like working with you anymore. At least I was able to have fun in other servers and talk to members in yours. Goodbye. Goodbye. Again, I thought Rookie was very good. Who's this? I don't know who this... Hang on. Oh, right, it's DJ. Okay. Hi, DJ. Right. This is going to be a real test of diplomacy. I've come back for a short period of time as a mod and was part of your mod team for a significant amount of time to see how progress throughout the server has been made, and overall, I'm heavily disappointed in your actions. Even after all this opportunity to improve and change with people pointing out your mistakes, you only change to be wrong about something once again. Other mods have been very upset over what you've been saying and not giving people chances to provide fulfilling ideas or opinions that all mods could discuss as a whole. You deny people's opinions and suggestions so that they can't do a job with a more significant purpose other than telling people to move channels or stop doing something that is being done. Well, that is the role of a helper, at least. I've been disheartened when I was still an admin, and after I left, nothing was fine for me after I left because I knew you weren't going to change in the end. You're a good person when not in the server. When people talk to you in the server, it's like talking to a government agent, strict and serious no matter what. I understand that's the entire point of the mod chat, but you never give a chance for us to give you reasoning. Everything is turned down within seconds because of something small. I mean, I'm happy for you to give reasoning. That's why I talked about people giving huge paragraphs of what they think. I really wanted and disagree with that in the sense that I actively encourage people to give their reasoning out. Now, I can perfectly accept people saying I ignored them, probably true, but it was at no point that I said don't give your reasoning for something. Reasoning is good. If you change the way you express opinions about the mod team, I'd be glad to return and talk like usual about the server, give guidance about what you could do, give list change improvements to the server so you won't be so lost on the current status. What you've done to the others and what they have to say is the worst example of an owner being inactive in another topic, but you've been inactive. No, that's true. There's a suggestions system that's deliberately in place to be able to suggest things, but I guess this is from a mod point of view. Right. This may be a surprise to see me being part of this letter to you for a change, but I'm entirely on board this revolt against you. Please change for the server and the mod team. The mod team that's not there. Okay, right. Thank you, DJ. Perfectly fine for you to express your opinion, as everyone should be able to. Twisty, a lot of this stuff has been said already, so I'll just keep it brief. From what I've seen, seems like most of the admin efforts are brushed off or shut down in favour of what you want to do. Whether it's because you don't like her, or it's because it goes against your philosophy or whatever. Like, while I got that it's your server, so you're allowed to make a lot of decisions, it just seems like you're too picky with it and follow the logic of my way or the highway. Actually, you know what? I completely agree with Twisty. I guess the problem with that is that it's a criticism, but actually I can't find anything to argue against what Twisty has said. I completely agree. Right. Falcon, this would be an interesting one. Honestly, you can be really unreasonable and an absolute idiot. No, I was going to do a Formula 1 meme, no one would get that. I've been mod for a good while. I've seen almost 0 positives from you. Well, thank you. I didn't realise I was being appraised by you, but there we go. Most improvements I have seen were made by us, the mod team. You have contributed absolutely nothing useful to this server. I assume you mean server, comma, period, to emphasise the full stop. To be perfectly honest, you are nothing but an icon for this server to attract some people. Ooh, like the figurehead of a state. Interesting, like the Queen. Not saying the Queen's absolutely useless, but that's politically her status. Anyway. You give yourself way more power than you deserve. It's my server. You also can unreasonably hate on people you don't like. Adler being the main example of this. This bias absolutely scares me. You believe that there's some reaction that's keep bobbing this message. If that keeps happening, I'll stop reading it. You believe that your opinions are absolute truth. Well, I certainly don't, because let's take a brief detour to philosophy. I actually believe that opinions are basically, frankly, completely useless. I mean, it's great to have them and to discuss them, but nobody's opinion is right. There can be no objective fact from opinions, so what you've said there is actually completely in contradiction to what I think about opinions myself, but there we go. I might force my opinions through, but I don't think they're right. Opinions cannot be right. Despite having no experience whatsoever. Right, okay, no experience being the experience I had before I started appointing you. Little experience, maybe. You also seriously have a huge lapse in judgment. You can barely differentiate what's reasonable and what's not at times, and what needs apostrophes. You are happy with dishing out punishment with no argument on the matter. Well, yep, that's how the dishing out punishment worked. If you could say, I don't want this punishment, and I said, alright, that's fine, that kind of doesn't really work as a punishment system, does it? Frankly, you believe you're always in the right whenever you're told that you aren't, you see it nothing more than some insult or even completely ignore it. Often from you, Falcon, it is in the form of an insult, but I'm happy for constructive criticism, and I've thanked people in the senses that they do. For example, some of Abby's messages. Even after this whole event of getting through your damn thick skull, so, I mean, it might give you the idea why I sometimes think of some messages towards me as an insult. You still have not changed, and I've stopped accepting you will change. You have absolutely, now block capitals here, no idea what you were doing. This is a server of Discord, not some government system. We aren't pawns, we are people. Oh, that's very poetic, I like that. Honestly, I wasted too much effort on this, and I really hope you do. You wasted too much effort on that? Right, okay. Doesn't feel proofread to me. And I really hope you do look to yourself and see how bad you made things. Okay, I'm very remorseful. Thank you, Falcon. If you still don't believe me, I don't care anymore. Go do whatever you want on a server that you didn't even help create. Right, okay. Enjoy your time away from the server, Falcon. I will enjoy it myself, I must admit. Right, okay. I can see that, Avi, I can see that. Speaking of Avi, this is Avi's message. Ooh, right, I finished my tea. Let's take a brief breather and do this stage with some funky music. Funky. Right, okay. Quiet as it's ever been. Yeah, no, I need to save up for my voice for reading more. Right, okay. Whew. Okay. There's not much to say the others haven't said already. I joined originally as a meme, decided to help out for a while, and thought it'd be a good idea to bring the staff up more and help set up changes to improve the server structure, since it looked like a lot of people are unsatisfied. I've lifted servers out of their graves before. However, it seems a critical difference here is the past servers I've helped had owners and staff who were genuinely unsure of what to do. In this case, the staff knew exactly what to do, but the owner was actively suffocating it. It's as if you've been pushing the server back into the grave as the whole team tries to pull it out. It's really sad, in honesty, since in conversations I've had with the staff and things we've talked about, it's really clear to me the staff team cares about the server as a whole and wants it to be a good, respectable place. They clearly want to shake the stigma that you and your fans have had for a long time by treating it like an actual community effort rather than a coddling club where my ego is too high to neither admit I'm wrong nor release the chokehold on the server. Hell, I've taken to defending you quasi recently, citing that you've mellowed out. But the thing is, while you have kind of improved, it's not in your overall maturity or responsibility, but rather your restraint from banning people or going off people who disagree. Glad you've recognised that, thank you. Your facade has improved, but now it's breaking down. Oh, it's the real me thing again. Right, okay. Fair enough. I don't think I have a multi-layered personality enough to have a true me like that, but, you know, there we go. If it helps you structure it better. I'm extremely busy, and it's honestly such an uphill battle with you that I simply don't have the time or energy to devote to it. All I can say is that when you mistreat staff, they fight back. From here, you could either admit that you've been rubbish to them and reach out to appeal to some of your staff, or remain completely stubborn and appoint some members who will never question your will and can be mistreated as much as you want to. But that's your decision to make, and I won't be here for it. Good luck, and I hope you take this opportunity to reflect on the status of the server and your behaviour as a whole. God, sound like teachers, honestly. It's good fun. Good fun. Right, okay. And that is the final one. Alright, I'd like to start repairing the server later today. I'm sorry for what I've done in the past and how I've abused perms, but I need admin perms temporarily to add an auto roll and welcome message back. I'd also like to start some more helpers so we don't get raided. Right, okay, that's the end of the messages then. Right, okay. Right, so let's address some main pointers within what was said there then. Okay. Right. Okay. First pointer number one. Why do two random people have moderator or administrator? Because there was nobody left and just wanted to make sure that, I don't know, something happened while people were saying sort it out, and I didn't particularly want to go looking on the server myself with what was, I think, at one point 98 notifications on there. So that will be reviewed in the near future, I guess. Other points. I'm trying to think of points that are quite universal across most of the messages. Oh yes, right, okay. If you change, we'll come back. Completely your choice if you come back, or we've run out of funk. Gutting. Right, I'll put it back on the one that I particularly liked.
2, 3, and 4.
Right, anyway. We'll come back if you change. I'm completely fine with you being away or coming back. Utterly up to you. You have the autonomy in that sense. If I've been crushing and oppressing you, this is your chance to make decisions absolutely for yourself. You can choose to be there or come back. Absolutely up to you. Don't particularly mind. I will move on from here if none of you want to come back. That is fine by me. I guess that segues onto stubbornness, unchanging, the real Reddit behind the facade of politeness. This Discord server has been awful. I mean, I think actually I've had as much a bad experience as the rest of you, just in very different ways. My ultimate aim in introducing the admin structure, whether you believe it or not, was to... Oh yes, play What's a Future Fun. Thank you for reminding me. We will do that one. Was to bring a little bit of democracy into it. The problem with that is that it soon became clear that it didn't matter anymore that overall it was my server, and so therefore I think the issue was maybe I was foolish in thinking that it would be possible to have a server that I had control over, but have it pluralist in the sense that I am able to listen to a lot of people, which is what suggestions is all about, and is a thing I find really important to have. But I think maybe it was foolish to think that we could have those two things, because what happened as soon as I introduced the element of democracy into it was it has to be everything or nothing, right? Not we can chip in but ultimately you have the decision. That's an awful dictatorship. Somehow even worse than when you had all the control yourself. Doesn't make sense to me, but that's the way it seems to have gone. So I think what I will do going forward is structure the admin team about people who will unquestioningly follow what I'd like. Sorry, but yes, I will. Because what I could do is completely hand it over to other people, but would that be my server anymore? Would there be any point in that? Probably not. We could just all go to other servers, and people wanted me to have a server and I think want to chat here. I mean, we could do a poll and find out if people really care about that over having other people run it and not their awful dictator, but I think that's my point of view on that, and maybe I should make it more obvious that it is mine. And yeah, maybe you're right, Abby. Maybe it does confuse people, me trying to allow people to chip in but have the final decision in an effort to make it a bit more democratic. Maybe people just like extremes. And that's fine. We will have one of those extremes going forward, because trying to balance it, the middle ground, doesn't work. And yeah, feel free to chip in, Lucas, that's fine. So that's my point of view on that one. It is a real shame that my effort didn't work out, but I can clearly see and will clearly admit that it hasn't worked out. I have had a miserable experience with this server, and you can call people suck-ups if they agree with everything I say, but you know what? I would far rather have that. I would like a team of people around me who are nice to me. Whether you think that's democratic or fair or not, actually, I'd like to be able to enjoy myself on the Discord server. I don't feel like that's too much to ask. So I would just like people around there to have people who are nice to me, who will help do these things, and then feel free to chip in if they like, because chipping in ideas has led to a lot of good things being introduced. And that, I guess, is why people don't like the philosophy aspect of it. Trying to structure it politically, maybe it didn't work, probably didn't, but the philosophical element of trying to make sure that people were able to have a voice of some sorts got mixed up and didn't go far enough, clearly, and then apparently that made it worse than it would have been otherwise. The other philosophy that contributed to, I guess, what has happened here is my belief that I hope you guys would share, that I will not accept people having a right to offend or be nasty to people in the server. When you are nasty to someone in the server, you apologise to them, or you will be punished for it. And an admin, of all people, should not be doing that. I do not apologise for demoting Falcon, and if you think that makes me a terrible person or the true terrible side of me, that worries me and disappoints me. Perfectly fine for you to have that view, it's your view, but really? Me trying to protect people's right to have a nice time in the Discord server too? I will not apologise for doing that. So I think it's great, actually, not in a really passive-aggressive way, but I think it's great that you've left rather than ignoring the choices that I made, because you've made your statement that you don't like the way it's run, and that's fine. Good for you. Good for all of you. It was you trying to protect someone's right not to be criticised. It went beyond criticism, but if we change criticised for upset, which they were, yes. I don't want anyone to be upset, and if there are people who exploit it, say, I'm upset at this, that's a shame. They are trying to dismantle a system that is there to help them not be offended and to have a nice time in the server. And I'm not going to apologise for something put in place to help people to have a good time and feel safe and secure, that people will be at least polite to them and hopefully nice to them. Yeah, fair enough, Lucas. So I guess the point I've made just now is about making it comfortable for other people. But also, yeah, fair enough, but I do feel like if it is my server, it should be able to be there to make me happy. Otherwise, you know what, we'd move people on to other servers and they could have a nice time in a server with clearly better leadership, right? But if they want a Reddit server, which I'm wondering whether we should keep in place at all, maybe we should put it to a vote, then it actually has to be run by me, and you're right, maybe I should be more involved with it. But me lacking in involvement with it was because I was always caught between two sides. They say if you try and stand in the middle of the road, you get knocked over by traffic from both sides, and I think that's true. So trying to straddle the middle ground really hasn't worked, and I can definitely see that. I don't think that's what happened, Lucas, but it's perfectly fine to have a point of view on it like that. As long as people understand that it is the case that I will not allow people to just upset others, that's good, because then they can make the decision based on that, whether they want to stay in a place where they're not allowed to upset people. I don't think it's okay for people to go around thinking they have a right to offend. They shouldn't. That is not a good thing, and it is not a mature, clever, or empowering thing to be doing, to be allowed to offend someone. So we are reaching the end of the time I'm allowed before I must be quiet. But what I will do is I think I will put it to a vote whether the server's just completely... That is very TLDR, Avi. Missing out the part that mentioned proportions and things being off was in a way that made them upset because it was pitched aggressively towards them, not, you know, something like, I think the proportions are a bit off, or something like that. This could have been improved by doing X. It was aggressively put, and I'm not allowing a culture where if someone has been upset and has clearly said that they've been upset, that people are allowed to carry on feeling that they can make these people upset. And if you want the freedom to upset people, strange freedom to want, but if you want the freedom to upset and offend people, that's fine, go elsewhere, right? But if that's the basis on which you've all left, sorry, I'm not apologising for that, trying to protect people. Anyway, I am going to put a vote out then on whether the server just be disbanded entirely or kept, and I think we'll move on from there. Thank you for your messages. Most of them actually quite nicely put, and there are areas I found a lot of agreement in, so good. Right. If Kekrok had therefore apologised to them, then there was no issue. The apology is all that was asked for. So if that was the case and he did apologise, that's all. It's all fine. Right. Not in that sense, DJ. I mean in the sense of like not setting up a server again, kind of sense. Anyway. Yeah, that's fair enough, Lucas. But I think actually the point of view is that I have tried my best to make this a space that worked and have clearly failed miserably with it. I don't think this is a self-improvement thing. If you think I've been an awful person, fair enough. Go forward and think that, but I disagree on this. Before, like the old Reddit thing, when Avi actually originally was trying to make my attitude towards people better, I'm grateful for that because it has made me a better person. But this was based on trying to make sure people don't get offended, and for that, I'm not apologising. Sorry. Now I'm going to go and listen to that Future Funk song, and I will put the vote up. Thank you for your messages. I hope that does it, because my voice is going now. I've read all of that, and I shall see you all later. Yes, and Silver Week. Silver Week's great. See you later.